All right. Well, another big story from camp and obviously throughout the entire offseason was Alexis Lafreniere, and the fact that over the last couple of months, it's been well documented that he needs to take this step forward this year, and it's a big year for him in his development. Have you seen anything from him in camp to signal that he's taking that step forward?
Well, I think tonight is going to be a really big night for him because he's getting a chance to play in a preseason game. It's his second preseason game, but this is his first game on what looks like it is at least the direction that Peter Laviolette is leaning in terms of the top line. So it's going to be Chris Kreider at left wing, Mika Zibanejad at center, and Alexis Lafreniere at right wing. And Lafreniere has exclusively played right wing through the first week or so of this camp. Laviolette told us in the preseason that that's what he wanted to do, and we've seen him executing that plan to this point. We actually just had a conversation with Laviolette about it about an hour ago before I came on with you, and he was saying that he's been really encouraged by the way that Lafreniere has adapted to that position, said he's been really responsive. Sounds like they've had a lot of open dialogue and looked at some video together and really tried to talk through maybe some of the growing pains there. He seems pretty confident that Lafreniere can do it. Lafreniere has told us repeatedly over the years that he's open to doing it. And as the coach pointed out today, if it means playing in the top six, more specifically, what we're seeing is playing on the top line, I certainly don't think you're going to hear any complaints from Lafreniere. So I think this preseason game against the Devils on Thursday night is a pretty big one for him, because I think if that line has a good showing, they have a really strong chance of going into the season as the top line. And obviously, if Alexis Lafreniere is going to be a top line player playing alongside guys of that caliber, you have to really like his chances for an increase in production this season.
I know a big issue with Lafreniere, it revolves around his skating. Have you seen anything that would, again, regard him improving in that area?
He did say that that was his main focus this offseason. I believe he said that last year as well. It's no secret. He knows that to play at this level means you need to play at a faster speed. And I think the knock on him, especially in talking to scouts the last couple of years since we've had a chance to watch him at the NHL level, is that he hasn't been able to consistently create enough separation to let that skill and that playmaking that made him into the number one overall pick back in 2020 really shine. So is he ever going to be a burner? I don't think so. I mean, you can work on your skating, but I don't know if you can go to like from average to elite. But if he can go a little more toward above average, I think that would be a good thing for the Rangers. Everybody, people have been asking me this question so far in camp. To me, everybody looks quicker at this time of year because they're fresh. They're not banged up. They had a whole summer to rest and work out. They're all coming here for the most part in top shape. So obviously you're going to see a little more jump in their step. I also think that these practices under Peter Laviolette have been more fast-paced than what we're used to seeing. So yeah, I guess I would say he does look like he's a little bit faster, but everybody kind of looks a little bit faster this year. So I'm not going to go make any big proclamation that he's increased his skating time. I haven't seen specific times yet, but he does look like he's playing with a little jump in his step, as many of the guys are right now.